Yo, man, look, we got why Mbappe's comeback is scary for everyone. Hit that like button, subscribe and share, man. Run around to 2K7, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. Let's get into it.
When it came to Mbappe's runs off the ball, they weren't what you want from your striker.
Missing penalties.
And he saved it again!
Defenders stopping him with ease. This wasn't the Kylian Mbappe the world feared. This was a shadow of his former self.
When I see Mbappe playing, he's not the Mbappe that I know.
Doubt crept in. Whispers of decline grew louder. Had Real Madrid signed a superstar past his prime?
The biggest problem here is Mbappe.
But then, everything changed.
He's back! Oh, sensational start! Kylian Mbappe!
The thing is, people think these players that are so good in every sport are not human. And when they're not doing good for a period of time or a small period of time, they think they're not good or washed or whatever it is. Like they said the same thing with LeBron. They said the same thing with Curry. Same thing with Messi. Same thing with Ronaldo. All these superstars that you know have been doing like bad one time in their career for a small period of time, but then they slowly be back to what it would be. See, that's why people be thinking they robots, thinking that they can't mess up. At the end of the day, they're human. Humans mess up. Humans not always gonna be good every time. You know what I'm saying?
Mbappe scores!
Had to find space with composure in front of goal.
Kylian Mbappe!
The speed, the sharpness, the ruthless finishing, it's all back. Mbappe has returned, and he's more dangerous than ever.
He's been outstanding. He's giving all what people were expecting from him.
So what exactly sparked the rebirth of one of football's biggest talents? Mbappe to Real Madrid was one of the most anticipated transfers in football history. It seemed like he was always destined to wear the iconic white jersey of Real Madrid. The story began during his days at Monaco, when a teenage Mbappe burst onto the scene, electrifying Europe with his blistering pace and ruthless finishing. Even back then, whispers circulated that Florentino Perez identified him as the next Galactico, the successor to Cristiano Ronaldo. Madrid saw Mbappe as the cornerstone of their future, a player destined to uphold their legacy as the ultimate footballing institution. The French kid was no ordinary player after having led Monaco to a deep Champions League run at the age of 17, then helping his nation lift the World Cup at 18 years old.
Here's Mbappe!
Bro, to lift the World Cup at 18 years old, that is insane. Not only because you're going against the best players in every country and you win it, and you at 18, that's good though. If you really think about it, that's really good though. At 18 years old, that's good.
We hadn't seen a teenager put on that sort of performance on the biggest stage since Pele. The pursuit was long and at times agonizing for Madrid fans. In 2021, the dream seemed closer than ever. Mbappe only had 1 year left on his PSG contract, and Real Madrid launched a colossal bid to secure his services.
Tic-tac. Tic-tac. Tic-tac.
But the footballing world watched as PSG stood firm, rejecting their offer and refusing to part ways with their star. For Mbappe, someone who was a lifelong admirer of Real Madrid and a self-proclaimed fan of Cristiano.
Oh, so he's been a fan of Real Madrid and Ronaldo. Oh, so he been wanting to go to Real Madrid. Okay, that makes sense. So he's been a fan of Real Madrid.
Although it was a moment of frustration. He had openly admitted his desire to join Los Blancos, fueling the belief that his move was inevitable. But then came the twist that stunned everyone. In 2022, just as Madridistas were preparing for their star's arrival, Mbappe shocked the world by signing a lucrative contract extension with PSG.
Breaking news in the last half an hour or so that Kylian Mbappe has agreed to sign a new 3-year contract with Paris Saint-Germain.
The deal wasn't just about money, it came with a promise of influence, control, and a chance to elevate PSG to new heights.
Wait, if he signed that, how did he get to Real Madrid? I'm confused. How did he get to Real Madrid if he signed a new 3-year contract with PSG? I'm confused.
But of course, it sparked controversy. Critics questioned whether he had traded ambition for comfort, while Madrid fans, obviously, felt betrayed. Even so, deep down, many believed it was only a matter of time. The dream wasn't dead, just delayed. And then finally it happened. The announcement of Mbappe's move to Real Madrid sent shockwaves through the footballing world. Social media erupted as fans celebrated the arrival of a generational talent. Madristas were over the moon, and pundits hailed the transfer as one of the biggest in football history. This wasn't just a player signing for a club, it was a statement, a continuation of Real Madrid's tradition of acquiring the very best. By signing Mbappe, Madrid confirmed to the world their place as the pinnacle of football ambition, a club that every player dreams of representing. Fans envisioned Mbappe as the face of Real Madrid for the next decade, the player to continue their domestic and European dominance. Many, of course, saw him as the natural successor to the Ballon d'Or dynasty created by Messi and Ronaldo. The expectations were huge. Mbappe wasn't just expected to succeed, he was expected to become a legend. Especially since his rival, Erling Haaland, had already achieved a treble in his first season at Manchester City. But with great hype came immense pressure. Mbappe wasn't just joining Real Madrid, he was stepping into the void left by Cristiano Ronaldo. A void many believe could never be filled. Could he live up to the legacy? Could he carry the weight of...
Nah, trust, that can be filled. Trust, that can be filled. Now, there's only one Cristiano Ronaldo, there's only one Messi, there's only one Kylian Mbappe, there's only one LeBron James, only one Michael Jordan, only one Kobe Bryant, only one Stephen Curry. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be that Ronaldo, you know what I'm saying? He can be his own player, but he can fill that, like, to where Real Madrid is back to winning when it used to be when they won 3 straight, I think, what is it, champion cups or whatever it's called for Real Madrid when Ronaldo was there.
History on his shoulders. The world watched. The global spotlight intensified as Mbappe wore the iconic white jersey for the first time. And the first performance, it matched the hype. Real Madrid defeated Atalanta in the UEFA Super Cup with Mbappe scoring the second goal. First game, first goal, first trophy. Vini and Bellingham both involved in Mbappe's goal, giving Madrid fans a taste of what was to come. The impact had extended beyond the pitch. Mbappe's arrival boosted Madrid's brand value almost overnight. Jersey sales shattered records, social media engagements went up, and sponsorship deals piled in. Mbappe's global appeal cemented Real Madrid's position as the most marketable football club on the planet. Fans, rivals, and even neutrals were all eager to see how the young superstar would adapt to the demands of La Liga and the culture of Real Madrid. Yet as the dust settled, reality kicked in. The fairy tale didn't start the way people expected, and Mbappe faced challenges that few would have anticipated. He was scoring goals here and there, but many of them coming from the penalty spot or being spoon-fed by Vini Jr. It was clear that Mbappe wasn't playing with the same swagger and confidence that he had before. The first glaring issue was his lack of positional awareness. Renowned for his ability to time runs perfectly and exploit defenses, Mbappe found himself constantly offside. His first El Clasico was a disaster, with him being utterly embarrassed by Barcelona's high line. He was making schoolboy mistakes, despite being a player who had so much experience under his belt. Equally concerning was his finishing, or lack thereof. Mbappe, a player who had built his reputation on being a clinical forward, suddenly seemed to lose his composure in front of goal. Clear-cut chances were being...
The thing, that's what every athlete really... Sometimes they go into spots or stuff where they're not really playing well, but they pick it right back up. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't always be perfect. Some players we're gonna have bad days. Somehow we're gonna have bad days, good days, bad games, good. You know what I'm saying? Bad games, good games. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Not every game you're gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
Squandered.
It's really that's why it's called a team sport. It's not just yourself. If it's an individual sport, you know, to like boxing, tennis, or like stuff like that, golf, like stuff like that, yeah, that makes sense. But like team sports where, like, come on,
penalties were being missed, and moments that would typically result in a spectacular finish turned into moments of disappointment. One of his lowest nights came at Anfield. He was locked down all night by a young Connor Bradley, and when he finally got an opportunity to score from the penalty spot, he was denied. A player who once shined so brightly under the biggest lights was now shrinking. His inability to beat defenders one-on-one further highlighted just how far he had drifted from his best. Known for his explosive pace and dazzling dribbling, Mbappe now seemed hesitant and predictable. Opposing defenders, who once feared him, started to predict his moves. Time and time again, he would attempt his signature step over or cut inside, only to be dispossessed. His struggles in these situations made him look a shadow of the player who had terrorized defenses across Europe. The pressure of expectations also seemed to weigh heavily on him. Reports came out that he was struggling with personal issues, that he was drinking. Headlines began to question his work ethic, attitude, and even his ability to handle the demands of Real Madrid. Pundits debated whether he had made the right decision in leaving PSG, and suggested he might not have the mental fortitude to thrive under the intense scrutiny of the Bernabeu.
Barcelona,
Watch your
Clásico. You're here for a Clásico. You're here for Champions League. Bro, you need to show up. That's why you're getting paid. You're not getting paid to score against Leganes.
And I said it last year at the end of the season when we knew that Mbappe was going there. How is he going to balance that team?
People began to argue that he only looked good in Liga and that his move to Real Madrid had happened too late in his career. Given his lackluster performance at the Euros with France, along with his disappointing performance against Dortmund in the Champions League, there were question marks about whether Mbappe was beyond his best. Could he ever even return to his best, given the fact that Vinicius Jr. was playing in his preferred position on the left wing? Well, after months of uncertainty...
I hope y'all know, they say the same thing about LeBron and all that, and all them good players, Kobe and Curry and all them, bro. That's just saying. All these like superstars that you know that are big, they say the same thing for everybody. Why? Because it brings in views and it brings in clicks. Because you're bringing negativity, that makes people want to watch what you're trying to. You know what I'm saying?
Mbappe has rediscovered his magic. The turnaround in Mbappe's form didn't happen overnight. A combination of tactical adjustments, improved chemistry with his teammates, and a shift in mentality all played key roles. Carlo Ancelotti made subtle but impactful changes to his system to better help Mbappe's strengths. Initially, Mbappe struggled as the focal point in a traditional striker role, but now Ancelotti allowed him more freedom to drift wide and exploit spaces on the left where he's the most dangerous. He can now rotate with Vinny so that he's not stuck in the middle and can sometimes drift over to the left wing where he feels the most natural. He can come deep to collect the ball and even rotate and go on the right wing sometimes to put defenders off. This positional tweak has given him the time and space to attack defenders head on, play to his pace, and cut inside to devastating effect. Early in the season, Mbappe's partnership with Vinny and Rodrigo looked disjointed. Sometimes you would find all three of them occupying the exact same space. Now the trio operates like a well-oiled machine. Their interplay, quick passing, and understanding of each other's movements have made Real Madrid's attack one of the most feared in Europe again. Bellingham's creativity in the midfield has also helped Mbappe thrive, supplying him with precise passes that he needs to exploit defensive gaps. The pressure of expectations seemed to weigh heavily on Mbappe in the early months, but he's since embraced the challenge. His interviews and post-match comments reveal a more focused and determined mindset. Mbappe has taken the responsibility for his role as a leader on and off the pitch, and his maturity is now evident in his performances. He scored a brilliant goal against Sevilla, got a brace against Las Palmas, and was the best player for Real Madrid despite them losing to Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup. His body language looks completely different. You're seeing his confidence return back as he beats players with pace, he takes on the right shots, gets into the right areas. Before, he looked like he was playing with anchors tied to his ankles, but now he looks like he's playing with freedom. Mbappe's return to form has been the catalyst for Real Madrid's success this season. With every performance, he's not just living up to the immense expectations.
You see, sometimes it could be like a system thing or something like you're not used to where the coach can change it and you can be look good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're probably not used to something, you know what I'm saying? But look, that happens with every superstar that goes to a different team, you know what I'm saying? Boom.
Redefining him.
You know
he wasn't playing the best, but now he might lead Real Madrid to become La Liga champions with him being the top goal scorer. The doubters have been silenced, and the footballing world is once again in awe of a player who's proving why he belongs among the game's all-time greats. If you enjoyed this video on Mbappe,
let me know what you think down below, y'all, man. As he passes prime or whatever it is. Even, bro, he's 26, that didn't make any sense. But yeah, man, I'll see you guys until the next one, man. Yeah.